Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Indiana Jones Fighter Plane Chase. This is set number 77012. It has 387 pieces and I paid $35 for this set. Now this is the last Indiana Jones set of the recent release ones that I have yet to build. I've done a video about the Lost Tomb, Escape from the Lost Tomb, I believe already, and I've built and finished the Golden Idol set, but I haven't done a video on that yet. So this is the last set for me to put together and to kind of talk about, and I'm kind of excited about that. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put it together, and then I'll review the set. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to give my thoughts. And until then, enjoy! Okay, so that is this Lego Indiana Jones Fighter Plane Chase. My first impression is this is pretty good. There were some reservations I had about this set. There's one kind of, I think, glaring issue that, well, I thought it was going to be a big issue, and it turned out to not be as problematic as I anticipated. But I still think it could have been improved upon. But we'll talk about that. But my overall feeling of this set is that it's pretty good. I think there's good play here. There's good potential display here, and I think as far as value goes, this is not that much cheaper than the Lost Tomb set, but this does have a different feel to it. It has a considerable amount less pieces than that Lost Tomb set, but I do think of that one more as a display thing, and I think, for example, like younger people or people who are more prone to play with Lego once they're built, I think this has more potential than that other set, even though the Tomb set did have some playability and some function and everything. So this is pretty darn good. First thing we will take a look at are the minifigures here, and I did want to kind of compare all the different Indiana Joneses that I have. So the first one I will show is Indiana Jones. Of course, he comes with a whip, and you get an extra one like you do in the other sets. So this is the Indiana Jones that comes with this fighter plane chase. Good printing on the torso there, tie the button down the zipper here. Good printing on the midsection and on the legs. And the back is very, very simple. Nothing too intricate. The face is a different face than in the other couple sets. It's kind of got a little bit of a smirk, some eyebrow detail, some stubble. Doesn't scream Harrison Ford to me. I still haven't figured out how I felt about the dual molded hat and hair combo yet, but this is okay, and I can't remember this. This one also does have a alternate face for Indy, which is maybe a little more concerned there. But now I wanted to just quickly show all of the other Indiana Joneses. Okay. They're actually one of these, the one from the tomb is the same two heads. So I was wrong about that. The one from the Lost Tomb is the same as this one, actually. But the one from the Temple of the Golden Idol does have different expressions here. So we can see this one's the Golden Idol one, so it has a different expression on the front, which I actually like this one better, the one on the right here, than I do this one, but I know some people thought this one was better, and of course the one from the Idol set does have an alternate where it's cobwebbed up. So there are some differences between the Indianas. Their prints on the torso are and the legs are all the same, just slight differences in the faces, and then some of their accessories. For this set, for example, this fighter plane chase, it does not come with Indiana Jones's satchel that he would wear kind of over and carry his sort of purse-like thing. And both of the other versions from the other two sets did come with that satchel there. So that's one thing. But Indy does have his whip. Nice. Yeah, I like that face. Next one we'll take a look at is Indy's father, Sean Connery. This is Henry Jones, I believe. This is a really nice figure. I think the face printing is really quite good. I think it does feel like Sean Connery from this movie. The printing on the torso is really good. Nice details on the kind of bow tie up there, and undershirt, vest, and the overcoat. Nothing on the midsection or the legs, the arms. Back is very, very basic. Good kind of like pith helmet almost type deal here. Can see more of his face. You get the brow in there that can get lost underneath his headwear. The glasses. I think this is a really good face print, and the torso's good, just not too much else there. And the helmet is okay. No alternate face, because with this kind of helmet you might be able to see it, so no. And then he has this accessory that is a printed tile, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was a notebook or if he has something folded up in a leather. I can't remember if this is indeed from the Last Crusade, maybe. I'm not positive, but I can't remember exactly what it would be. But you do get an extra one of these prints, so I think it's a book of some sort, but I'm not positive. And I haven't seen The Last Crusade in a while, but that's nice, and nice you get an extra of the print. And then we get the fighter plane pilot here. Pretty basic. Nice printing on the torso. Very basic face. Helmet with the goggles. And the back is very, very simple too. But nice that you get all three of those. One of the first things you build after the couple minifigures is this little side build of some terrain and a sign which looks like a railroad tunnel and a sign pointing to Berlin. Little foliage, very basic. This doesn't add too much for me, but it does add 2 stickers, which I'm not always a fan of stickers, so it's whatever. I don't care one way about this or another. It's just kind of fine. Then part of the 1/2 of this build, or one third of this build maybe, is this vehicle. Whoops. I'm going to have to be a little delicate with it here because that will pop out. So we get this vehicle, and this is pretty cool. I was kind of surprised by some stuff in here. First, just how narrow these axle kind of pieces were going to be. It's only 4 studs wide there, but then with the wheels and everything put on, this does come out to 8 wide. But this is only 4 studs wide, which I thought was very interesting. Little metallic or pearl silver here, kind of on those vented pieces. Nice lights. Feels very old-timey, maybe German. I'm not sure. I like these wheel wells a lot, or these mud guards. Not a piece that I'm super familiar with. And the whole construction of all this was really cool. I think this piece that is not a windscreen, but maybe is supposed to be, but isn't. Probably would have liked that to be something a little bit better. The white is all very nice. Then the part that fell out there is a little minifigure briefcase. There is nothing in that right now, and that can fit right in the back behind where our minifigures would go. And then we also have this Lego chest, and inside the chest we have an umbrella and kind of a flare gun or a pistol or a revolver or some other minifigure accessory in there. So that's really cool. Get those, and those are in the chest, or the trunk that sits at the back, tiled out up here. This is on a hinge, which I didn't figure out why that was, that this piece and this gray one are on a hinged piece, but then this piece is clipped on. So there's and it creates a really nice angle, and we get this good circle at the back, which I think is, I don't know if it's supposed to be a spare tire or something, but I like the angle that's created here. I like that piece. Very cool. So the whole shaping of this, I think, is pretty darn good. There's some good details in it, even though for being kind of simplistic a little bit. And that's nice. 2 minifigures can fit in here. And good. I think I would have liked an actual windscreen, but I'm not sure what kind of vehicle this is supposed to be emulating. So it could be that they don't have a windscreen, like a glass one or anything, or a solid one, that it is kind of just open like this, like a kind of buggy or something like that. And as you can see, the doors on this are stickers. Actually, you can't, they look pretty good in this lighting from many angles. It's hard to kind of see them. I think all of these stickers are technically clear backed, even though this one is all white. But it does blend in pretty good there, so that's not too much of a bother. I didn't like that you put them on after, because this tile is kind of recessed down behind this tile. So I would have liked it, I guess I could have popped off this one and then put this one in and then put that one back. But the way the instructions have it is you put this little assembly on with both the doors, and then you put the stickers on, and that's usually makes it a little difficult for me, but not too bad. So this is pretty good, and like I say, this adds a lot of play, and that's good, I think, for many people. It's good that this adds some play to the set. And then the next thing we have is the actual fighter plane. And I like this more than I thought I would. So I thought I was going to have some complaints about some stickers, about the shaping, about the build in general. but it's actually pretty darn good. So we get a single propeller up there, get a couple wheels down here, a very small one at the back. The build of this is really interesting. You kind of do the whole body first. It's not that wide. It's only 4 studs wide, I believe, which is interesting. I mean, it gets wider back here and then with the whatever, but if this is the fuselage or the cockpit or whatever this is only like 4 studs wide for the majority of it, which is good. It's economical, but that's cool. I like the details up at the front here. That works really, really well. The angles on this are all pretty nice. And I like this taper. The stickers on here for the most part work really well for me, or all of them work really well for me. I mean, we have a sticker here for the camo, same over here on both of the wings and at the back. And then the one thing that I thought was going to be a huge, huge problem for me is this cockpit piece. This is a sticker, a clear back sticker on a clear piece. And I knew that before I bought this set. And I was like, ooh, that makes me not want to get that. That's going to be so difficult for me and such a pain. I wish it was printed. And let me be clear, I do wish this was printed. I do. It would just be this little checkered pattern. I think it would be good if it was printed. It's not. But I didn't have a problem putting it on like I thought I would. And I think I did a pretty good job. So I'm pretty happy with how I've done that. And it helps kind of lining up these lines with the kind of studs there, and then just being equidistant from every edge, which is kind of what you would want to do with almost every Lego sticker. But sometimes it's hard when you're putting like a clear sticker on a clear piece that's rounded and it's relatively a big sticker, you know, comparatively to like especially other ones on this one. And so I was very, very nervous about that. I think it turned out really well. Still wish it was a print, but that's, you know, that's fine. And we do have room in there for a minifigure and a little kind of joystick. There are a couple printed tiles in there for some dials or some measurements being taken right up here, which is nice. You get an extra of both of those. And this slides on very, very good. We do get some extra like fire molded pieces here and some translucent orange here and under here. I'm not remembering what that is about from the movie, but I guess there's this vehicle was on fire. At least part of it underneath was on fire for a period. So that's, I guess, what all these translucent oranges are supposed to represent. I really like the kind of upward angles of these wings here. I think that works really, really well. And there's not too much movement for the wings. They are attached with 2 ball joints, and then they have this circular plate in here, and then this like Technic plate with a pin in it, and then a stud like bumps up against that rounded plate in there, so these can't go in any farther or to like flatten out, so they can't be flat. I actually really like that shaping of that curve there, so that's really, really cool in my opinion. And we do have some stud shooters there, which are kind of like the pearl silvery type there, and we get several of the black tiles to fire out of those, which I don't often see black being used in those. Usually I'll see like a translucent thing if it's supposed to be a laser or something else, but these are very much just, I don't know, bullets or something. But either way, we get some of those for the stud shooters. And I think this plane comes together really, really nicely. It's a good size. It's great for play. It's like a good play size, being only 4 studs wide here. There's a lot of different places you could hold it. I think it's really pretty sturdy. Even gripping it by like the wings is pretty good. So that's really nice. It could be hung and made a mobile out of it. It can certainly roll. And I think there's a lot here. I know in the instructions, let me grab them. It did show, or maybe it was the box. Yeah, let me see the box. It shows in this scene when these vehicles are maybe racing or whatever else, we can see kind of what that fire is supposed to be there. The wings are off, and they do make a point on the box to show what it's like when the wings are off. So there must be a point in this scene, in this movie, where the wings come off. And now I'm wondering, because I just don't remember this movie well enough, and forgive me for that. Do they go through a train tunnel, and that's what takes the wings off, and then they're both in the tunnel? That could be. I would be surprised I wouldn't remember that. So here's how the wings come off, and you can see how they're attached there with these ball joints, and that translucent piece is what bumps up against this rounded plate there. So that's good. So this can also be played with, displayed, raced against the other car, sans the wings there. So nice. Very easy to take on and off, and they do maintain that angle that I really, really like. Some good studs on the side here. This is nice. Yeah, this is all pretty great in my opinion. I'll quickly show the extra pieces, including some of the extra accessories and everything else that you get in this set. You do get a fair amount of extra pieces here. And we have a couple things to make note of. We get an extra of this print. We get an extra of Indy's whip. We get an extra stud shooter trigger, extra of the goggles, extra of the pistol. We also get an extra of this print, the book or whatever that Henry Jones has, and we get an extra of this print. So 3 extra printed tiles here, and then all the other kind of small pieces, and then some of these molded, more specific molded pieces here, and the extra whip there we all get. Plus we get the 4 tiles to be shot out of these stud shooters. So nice amount of extra pieces for this set. This set is $35 for 387 pieces. And this is interesting to try to think about the value, because the $40 Indiana Jones set being the Temple of the Lost Tomb, or sorry, Escape from the Lost Tomb rather, and it's $40 for 600 pieces. You still get, well, you get 4 minifigures with that one. This one you get 3, but one of the minifigures for that one is a mummy. But you get Sala and Marion. This one we get a fighter pilot, and Henry and Indiana. And Indiana's also in the other one. And so that one is a quote-unquote better deal. But so if I'm comparing it to that, yeah, this is a bad deal. But I don't think it's fair to compare it to that, because I thought that one was, as far as Lego goes in this time period right now, in the state at which it was released, I thought that was like a pretty exceptional deal. So if I'm comparing this to just Lego broadly speaking, and then just very singularly looking at it, like, do I think I got my money's worth in this set here? I think absolutely. So I get 3 minifigures and some prints. I get 2 vehicles that have different play and display value, different functions, and good stuff for storytelling here, which I really like. And if it's true that this flies through a railroad tunnel as indicated on this side build, and it loses the wings, I love that inherent narrative to it. I didn't mind this big sticker as much as I thought I would. I actually, yeah, it's okay. I wish it was a print, but it's fine. And all the other stickers are very, very normal. I think this one is the only one that was a cause of concern, and it turned out to not be a problem for me. So I think there's absolutely $35 worth of stuff in here. 387 pieces, so the price per piece seems okay. I think this is really good. Actually, when I'm thinking about it, now that I've built all 3 of the Indiana Jones sets that released recently, this one, the Escape from the Lost Tomb, and the Temple of the Golden Idol, I think is the bigger diorama one with the really awesome functionality. which I haven't featured on this channel yet, but will in the future. I think they're all kind of good value sets. I don't think any of them are that like outrageously overpriced or have weird ratios or anything. I mean, you pretty much get really good stuff. So as far as sets go, like with IP and whatever else, like these Indiana Jones sets, these 3 that came out this year, are really good value in my opinion. So I am very, very happy with them. And yeah, this one's no different. I feel like there's a lot of value here. So I'm very, very happy. I was like kind of not sure if I was going to get this one because I had the other 2 and I was like, yeah, I don't know. This sticker's really going to bother me. It's going to be hard to put on. And when I put it on, it's going to look bad. And then I'm never going to want to show this. And that just wasn't the case. It turned out really, really well for me. And I really, really like this set, so this is great. If you like this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like the other videos on my channel, consider subscribing to it so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I will be doing in the future, including eventually a video about the Golden Idol Indiana Jones set that is very, very big and has cool functions, is kind of a diorama and everything else. And I'll have a video for that set in the near future. And so you should subscribe so you don't miss it. And until next time, thanks. Bye.